Lance sends us 24 life elixirs on day 141. I probably won't use these, but I appreciate it all the same. I pay a visit to the old abandoned farmhouse. I head into the basement and meet a brand new character. Their name is Apples and they are a Junimo. They are also the cutest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Except for Pedro Pascal in that meme where he's in the car and he's smiling at Nicolas Cage. Anyway, we can start giving gifts to Apples tomorrow, so hopefully we can get them to 10 hearts before the end of winter. I spend the rest of the day in the cavern in the highlands. We can collect a ton of ores here and we can catch the gemfish, so it was definitely worth coming here. The entirety of day 142 is spent planting jojoba berry seeds on the left side of our farm. I really need to stop talking about me planting seeds, but that's literally all I did today, so I'll give myself some leeway with this one. On day 143, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I did indeed fill the left side of our farm with jojoba berry seeds. The bad news is I did not do the same thing on the right side of our farm. I do collect a bunch of coffee from our third shed though, so that was good. I pay a visit to Apples and give them a starfruit. Then Apples helps us set up a teleportation station in their house. This means we can use our nexus to teleport here. I purchased 10 tea leaves from Pierre. Not for any specific reason, I just like the colour green. A cutscene with Clint plays next. It turns out he makes weapons for the members of the Adventurers Guild. He also uses the "it's not much but it's honest work" meme, so I have developed a newfound admiration for Clint. The conversation ends with Clint saying, "I know I'm a bit awkward sometimes, but thanks for stopping by." Yeah, me too. I head to Ginger Island and dig up an artifact spot. I was hoping we would get the snake vertebrae, but nope. Pretty much all of day 144 is spent in the volcano dungeon. At this point I really don't even know if I've collected all of the golden walnuts in here, but I do need to get more dragon tooth. Dragon teeth? Dragon tooth. You know what I'm talking about. Kamala pays us a visit on the morning of day 145 and immediately teleports us away. She takes us to her nexus and says she needs our help with something. She tells us to hold her hand. I'm nervous. She takes us to the continent of Galdora, a place beset by both miracles and curses. She then tells us that if we want a challenge, we can try to explore the area and defeat the monsters here. Finally, she sets up a teleportation station so we can get back here anytime we want. Not gonna lie, Kamala is a very cool character. She scares me, but she's cool. I continue my quest to become Apple's best friend by giving them starfruit, then I collect dewdrop berries at our nexus. I head to the abandoned Georgia Mart and complete the final bundle. I should have done this sooner, but at least it's out of the way now. The rest of the day is spent planting Georgia berries on the right side of our farm. The cinema is built during the night. I buy 2 cinema tickets on day 146 and give one to Lance. I really want to get him to 8 hearts as soon as I can, so he's going to be our cinema buddy for the next few weeks. I head to the cinema where I meet Claire. Sorry, actually it's asterisk asterisk Claire asterisk asterisk. She and asterisk asterisk Martin asterisk asterisk are working here now. I give Martin a dog feather for his birthday, buy a Stardrop sorbet for, did I pronounce that right, sorbet? For Lance, and watch the movie with him. Once again, the rest of the day is spent in the volcano dungeon searching for more dragon tooth. On day 147, I realize just how good dewdrop berries are. Eating one of these berries and drinking a coffee gives us a total speed boost of +3. We're basically like Lightning McQueen now. Unfortunately, there are no artifact spots we can dig up here, so we still can't get the snake vertebrae. I trade 75 muscles for a mango tree sapling and dig up a golden walnut and an ostrich egg. I'm going to make what I believe will be a controversial decision. That ostrich egg is going into the shipping bin. I don't really need an ostrich on our farm, and we do need to ship an ostrich egg. I head to the highlands and give Lance the monster mushroom. That is the 4th and final monster crop he wanted as part of his quest. I also give him a dewdrop berry. Next I head to Galdora. I don't actually want to fight the monsters here, I just want to go fishing. It was difficult, like really difficult, because I kept getting chased by serpents and mummies, but I eventually managed to find a relatively safe place to do some fishing. The rest of the day is spent here. I ask Robin to add a cellar to our house on day 148. I also buy the furniture catalogue so I can start decorating our house at a later date. Next, I head to the beach and buy the mermaid's pendant. This of course will be given to Sophia, but I want to make sure our house looks absolutely beautiful before I do that. I spend the rest of the day fighting monsters in the highlands. When it's raining, the green mushroom monster will spawn. This monster can drop a green mushroom when we defeat it. We need to ship one of these, and Lance loves them, so it's pretty beneficial for me to get at least 3 of them. Also, there is a pink treasure chest in the bottom right, but I don't know how to get to it. Lance drops by our house on day 149 to let us know he left a reward for us and a chest in his house as a thank you for us giving him the monster crops. I head straight to the highlands, open up the chest, and receive the diamond wand. When you hit an enemy with this weapon, they'll fly backwards. This could actually help us a lot when or if we go back to Galdora. I should have mentioned this before, but another name for Galdora is the Crimson Badlands. Or rather, the Crimson Badlands is an area within Galdora. I spend the rest of the day decorating the house. I'm happy with how it turned out, but I am especially proud of my souvenir room. I've got a golden pumpkin, a treasure chest, the aged Blue Moon wine Sophia sent us, Mira Lewis's shorts, and Robin's axe. I should probably give those last 2 back to their owners, but I don't want to. We still need to get the snake vertebrae, so on day 150 I head to Ginger Island where I don't find one, but I do harvest a lot of starfruit, so a win is a win. Up next is a cutscene with Sophia. She has decided to cosplay as a character from the Journey of the Prairie King game. She wants us to help her act out a scene. Bright Pisces and Sophia stand across from each other, their weapons drawn, a look of determination on their faces. This is the final showdown. A clash of the titans, so to speak. Sophia knocks her weapon out of her hands, putting us in quite the precarious position. She slowly walks towards us as we accept our fate. But then, we kiss. What a performance. I've got goosebumps. I feel like, what's the lad's name? Jake from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. In that scene where they're all singing Backstreet's Back, whatever, I don't know what I'm talking about. It was good. I want it that way, you know, that scene where they're all singing that song. You know what I'm talking about. You probably know what I'm talking about. Let's just move on. I buy 2 movie tickets, then I head to Susan's house and give the mermaid's pendant to Sophia. She accepts the proposal. I know we didn't get the snake vertebrae this morning, but I'm going to go ahead and say that today was a completely good day despite that. I head to the Adventurers Guild and ask Lance to go to the cinema with us. Inside the cinema, I purchase a jasmine tea for my best friend, play the crane game to win some decorations for the house, and watch the Journey of the Prairie King movie with Lance. Next, I give a starfruit to Apples, and they give me a sunflower. Thank you, Apples. Day 151 is the day of the luau. I throw a gold starfruit into the soup, which gets us the best reaction from the governor. This also earns us some friendship points with the villagers, so that helps us out with our friendship goal. I quickly head to the mines and buy a rare crow from the dwarf before the day ends. The Zuzu City Rare Crow Society sends us a letter on day 152. They congratulate us on collecting all of their rare crows and give us the crafting recipe for the deluxe scarecrow. Over on Ginger Island, I still have not found the snake vertebrae. I accept a special order from Mr. Key to bring him 4 prismatic shards. I've still got quite a few of those, so this is a really easy special order. I spend the rest of the day in the volcano dungeon. At this point, I can tell you for a fact that we have collected all of the walnuts in here, so I really don't know why I decided to go back in here. Like, there was literally no reason for me to do this. Day 153 is our wedding day. I'll be honest, I am kind of surprised we got married. I remember spending pretty much the entirety of the first year not knowing who to marry, so I was almost convinced I would just ask Krobus or Apples to move in with us instead. But like I said, Sophia is a really cool character, so this just made sense. I decided to spend the rest of the day fishing on Ginger Island to collect all of the fish that are needed for the fishing collection. I buy 2 movie tickets on day 154, then I give Apples a starfruit. They give us a piece of stone in return. I will treasure this piece of stone for the rest of my life. I spent some time exploring the highlands with Lance in a cutscene. He has activated a protection spell so the monsters leave us alone while we're exploring. I give him a green mushroom, then I try to give him a cinema ticket, but he doesn't feel like going to the cinema. Okay. I tried to give Apples the cinema ticket, but it turns out we can't invite them to the cinema. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I decide to invite Susan to the cinema, but it turns out we are the person who doesn't feel like going to the cinema. My bad, that one's on me. I'm sorry, Lance. I thought you rejected my cinema invitation and I was actually really upset with you for a minute. That's my fault, my bad. I visit Apples on day 155 and they want to show me how they've decorated their home. Honestly, I think it looks sterling. I mean, yeah, they've pretty much just used starfruit to decorate their house, but it's all about perspective, you know? And they gave me 3 starfruit, so of course I'm going to say something nice about their home. I head to the Crimson Badlands and give Lance a golden pumpkin and invite him to the cinema. This time I actually do feel like going to the movies, so that's good. Like I said, I'm working as hard as I can to make sure I get Lance to 8 hearts as soon as I can. I really don't want to fall behind on any of the friendships I have left. Unfortunately, I still have not gotten the snake vertebrae on day 156, but I did harvest quite a few jojo berries, so that was something at least. You know what, I'm tired of talking about how I didn't find the snake vertebrae. So the rest of day 156, as well as days 157 and 158 are spent trying to get the snake vertebrae. I also make time to harvest the jojo berries on our farm. Then a miracle happens. On the morning of day 159, I finally dig up a snake vertebrae. I donate this to the field office, fully completing the entire collection. I am feeling pretty happy with myself as I look at the items I've donated. I receive 3 golden walnuts and a mango tree sapling as rewards. I believe all we need to do now is get a banana and put it on a podium in the jungle to receive the final 3 golden walnuts. On day 160, I would like to show you all my souvenir room again. You may have noticed I have made a small change to the room. I took away the golden pumpkin and replaced it with the piece of stone Apples gave us. I feel like it really complements the vibe of the room, you know, I just love the aura it gives off. Also, that's it for today. Day 161 is sort of a laid back day, but it's also a bit hectic too. The day of course begins with me giving a gift to Sophia. Then I decide it's time to complete the quests that various villagers have given us. I give an iron bar to Clint, give a green mushroom to Lance, and spend the rest of the day giving items to the villagers to complete as many of these quests as I can. Day 162 is a really memorable day for one reason and one reason only. Almost every jojo berry seed on our farm and in the greenhouse in Grandpa's shed is ready for harvest. This means we're guaranteed to get at least 150 to 200 jojo berries every 4 days. Which means we will be the proud owner of the Jojo Berry Wine Emporium pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean we already are the proud owner of the Jojo Berry Wine Emporium. Anyway, all of the wine I collected today, along with the wine I kept from previous collections, and ancient fruit and jojo berries get thrown into the shipping bin. I also throw some artisan goods like mayonnaise and cheese into the shipping bin. We make over 1.8 million gold from all of these items. I give Sophia a pearl on day 163 and she gives us a star drop. The only star drop we need now is the one you get for completing the fishing bundle. I head to the Wizard's Tower and purchase the Earth Obelisk, the Water Obelisk, and the Desert Obelisk. I wasn't happy with where I placed them when I bought them, so I immediately moved them up beside our house. We still need to get the Island Obelisk, but I need 1 million gold and 10 bananas for that. I give Lance a golden pumpkin and invite him to the cinema once again. Thanks to us giving him golden pumpkins and green mushrooms, as well as inviting him to the cinema and buying him food he loves, we've made significant progress on his friendship. In fact, this might be the most amount of progress I've made on a villager's friendship in the least amount of time. I visit Ginger Island where I almost immediately get a cutscene involving Lance. He wants to bring us to the home of his guild so he can show the monster crops we gave him to everybody there. We jump into a teleportation station and head to a place called the Fable Reef. The first thing I notice about this place is that it contains a piece of forage I have not seen before, which means it is one of the 3 items I still have left to ship. The other 2 items are the banana and the mango. Lance introduces us to the other members of the guild who welcome us with open arms. Back on Ginger Island, I collect a banana from our banana tree and throw it into the shipping bin. After harvesting some jojo berries and ancient fruit, I take the banana back out of the shipping bin and run to the jungle. I placed the banana on the podium and received the final 3 golden walnuts. I am so glad that's over. I don't have to say the words golden walnut for the rest of this playthrough, so I am really happy right now. The wizard comes to see us on day 164 and lets us know we can use the teleportation station in his tower to go to the Fable Reef anytime we want. I make a beeline for the wizard's tower and immediately teleport there. I do a bit of foraging and collect the golden ocean flower. This is the piece of forage that I was talking about yesterday. I also do some fishing to catch the torpedo trout, then I enter the big adventurers guild there and enter a bedroom. Jolene, the leader of the guild, enters the room and says I'm definitely the curious type. Basically, she said I'm very nosy. I thought I messed up, but then Jolene said I can sleep in this room whenever I want, so everything worked out well in the end. I collect 2 bananas on day 165. The rest of day 165, as well as days 166 and 167, are spent making as much coffee as I can for a special order Mr. Key gave us, giving Gus 24 eggs to complete a special order, harvesting jojo berries, giving Leo a birthday present, buying around 500 coffees from Gus because I couldn't be bothered making any more coffee, turning all of the coffee I have into triple shot espressos, and throwing those triple shot espressos into the shipping bin. We made 100,000 gold from those triple shot espressos. Mr. Key's special order required us to ship 100,000 gold worth of freshly cooked items, so we completed that special order. The entirety of day 168 is basically a reward for all of the hard work we put in during summer. I collect the jojo berry, starfruit and ancient fruit wine from all 3 of our sheds. Selling all of this wine, some jojo berries and ancient fruit will put us in a really good position heading into fall. Just before midnight, I head to the beach for the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. Overall, I think this was a really good season. We made some good progress on our friendships with Lance and Apples in particular. We finished collecting all 130 golden walnuts, and we're almost finished with the shipping and fishing collections. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going and make even more progress during fall.